Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today we've got a 1963 Chevrolet Chevy II gasser style hot rod to show you. Now, of course, gassers were used predominantly on the drag strip, and the point of that, that nose in the air was to get the weight back so that you got better traction going down the drag strip. But today, we kind of enjoy them as street cars, and they certainly bring a lot of attention, and this one's no exception. And this one's very nice. It's a very tight little car. I'm going to take you around and show you some of the cool points about it. And so we'll just start right here with the paint. This is a urethane paint. It's a single stage, but it looks like a base clear. I think the paint's been on it for a number of years, maybe 5 years or more. And it's, this orange and kind of white or a little bit off-white, so that's why I kind of called it creamsicle, because of that color combination. But the paint, again, very nice, and it's got these graphics on here, and these are painted on. These aren't a sticker. But at some point, if someone didn't want them on there, they'll come off. You can use some compound or something, and they'll come right off. Kind of got some nostalgic stickers here. This is just a cool little hot rod. Got the post, which is what you typically would see in a gasser. I'll take you in the interior. Take a look at those seats and door panels that match. These are, I'm not sure what the seats are out of, but they're pretty custom looking. They got kind of this tuck and roll with this contrasting, nice looking orange piping on them. They're very comfortable. Very comfortable. And you got this old school steering wheel here, with the the holes in the spokes, and that was a real common look. Those are Classic Instruments gauges, and they all work excellent. And this is a sticker that kind of explained the Ramrod Shifter, and we'll talk about that a little bit. This sticker was very difficult to find. Factory block off plate for your radio, and these are all your switches for your fan and fuel pump and so forth. And this Hurst Ram Rod Shifter, this is really cool. And the way that would work is it basically works like a 4-speed, a regular 4-speed, but what you would do is you'd pull up on this lever and push it forward. Now you're in first gear. So you're cruising along, you want second gear, you pull up on this lever again, second gear, and then third is just straight up, and then fourth is straight back. So the only real difference is you don't have the H pattern. It's just back and forth, which is kind of cool. And then it's got this little lever that you see here. This is a dedicated reverse lever. So what you would do is you'd put the transmission in neutral, and then you'd push this forward and then hold it forward, and that would be reverse. That way you don't accidentally, you're going down the drags or whatever, you're not accidentally hitting reverse. And all this whole this mechanism is new and rebuilt. Very difficult to find and very cool. The build on this car's got about 1,802 miles on it, and it just runs excellent. It drives very nice, easy to drive, with the narrow tires up front and so forth. Headliner's nice in here, as you can see. It's been very well taken care of. There's no rust in this car either, by the way. If you go to the website, westcoastcollectorcars.com, you'll see that, there's pictures of the undercarriage there, and I take those so that you can see how clean and how nice the undercarriages are on these vehicles, and this one's no exception. This is very nice underneath this car. It's got a roll bar, and this area here, move the seat forward, this area back here, you can see this flap here, but this is an area where you could take and put your chairs and so forth, your cruise chairs or what have you. This is a prop rod for the hood, and you just set it on there. The hood is fiberglass. I'm going to show you that here in a minute, and I'll just hold the hood up, for the purpose of the video, but you would set this in here if you were at a show or something and wanted to show the engine. It has seat belts in it too, which you probably wouldn't have in a gasser, particularly going down the drag strip. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you would, but yeah. So you can actually drive this on the street and be perfectly legal anywhere. Shut lines are nice. Everything looks good here. You know, the rockers are nice. There's no paint or anything issues, paint bubbling through or anything. Again, nice graphics painted on here. Front wheels here. These are rocket wheel 10 spokes, which is a common gasser style. And these are front disc brakes. You got rear drums. I don't know if you can see this in here, but you've got headers here, and these are what they call fender well headers. But you'll notice there's no exhaust attached. Well, that's because there's actually a muffler in here. So when we start it, you'll see what I mean. I mean, it's loud enough to sound cool, but it's not so loud that, you know, it's going to bother the police or anything. You can drive around with that. It's very cool. In front here, you got this little fuel tank. This is like would be like a moon tank, and what you would have used this for would be fuel just to carry you down the quarter mile, so you didn't need much, therefore eliminating any gas tank and weight. But obviously this does have a gas tank in it in the back, but this also is a separate fuel tank that you can use. Put some if you want to put some high test fuel in here and use this in the cruise in, you know, you can kind of smell that high test fuel, and that kind of garners attention too. So this is a dedicated fuel system as well. It's got its own tank, obviously. It's got its own fuel pump, and the same with the one out back. You got a 16-gallon tank or so back there, and it's got its own fuel pump, which you would, you know, use under normal conditions. But the point is, you can use this if you want to as well. So we'll open the hood here. Again, this is a fiberglass hood, but it's nicely pinned here, and then it's also hinged, as you can see, which is very nice. Got nice hood hinges on it. The engine, this is a 383, which is a small block Chevy crate engine. Bored and stroke 350 is what they really were. And this is a YN tunnel ram with two new Holley 4-barrel carburetors on it. Runs excellent. And you know, stone cold or hot, this thing starts right up and just runs so good. Got a nice chrome master cylinder here. Electronic distributor back there. Point out this flex fan here. These are kind of hard to find nowadays too, but this is the actual fan driven off of the water pump, and then you've also got a thermostatically controlled electric fan. So no overheating issues here either. Your steering box looks nice, and your nice chrome steering here. Jet hot coated headers again. And then you've got this little device over here. What this is a fuel cooler. So what you would do if you were on a drag strip, for example, you'd put dry ice in there, and the fuel would run through there and cool the fuel before it gets to the carburetor, so you got nice dense fuel. Probably would never use it, but you could. This car's never actually been raced or driven down the drag strip, but you could if you wanted to. It's got those little, I'll show you those too. It's got the little street slicks on there, the cheater slicks. All the chrome, the bumpers and everything, and the original grille is in excellent shape. Chrome is beautiful on it. And all your headlight bezels and so forth. I know this says 331 cubic inch, which is basically was a 283 bored out, and that's kind of nostalgic because that's what you would have done back in the day. But you know, today we have access to, you know, more cubic inches and so forth, and that's kind of what happened here. Put a 383 in it, but, you know, that's good. Rocket wheels back here too. This is kind of a deep slot, you know, which was common. It's even got the studded, as you can see, the lugs on here. Again, you call these the pie crust because it sort of resembles a pie crust, but these are a street slick, as you can see. Windows roll up and down nicely. All the gauges work, all the lights work. It's just an excellent little car. Should probably show you in the trunk since we're here. Here's your fuel cell back here. I believe it's a 16-gallon battery, of course, right here. Trunk is nice and clean, you know. Nothing real exciting back here, but the point is, look at these trenches here, all nice and clean, very nicely painted up under the hood here. And your weather stripping is all nice and pliable. Very nice car. So what I'd like to do now is I will hop in the car and I'll start it up. You get to hear it run. It's got a 292 comp cam in it, flat tappet cam, hydraulic, and it just sounds great, of course. I mean, it's a good sounding cam. And I'll start it up and you can hear it run, and I'll drive it around the parking lot. This thing's got a really amazing steering radius on it. I mean, it just about turns on a dime. But otherwise, clutch is easy to maneuver. Shifts nice. It's a great car. The transmission is a Borg Warner Super T10, and then the Borg Warner, just the T10, as I understand it, that was a cast iron case. This is a Super T10, and what that means is it has an aluminum case. Differential is a Ford 9-inch, which, you know, you can't beat those, and it's about 350 to 1 gears with positive traction. So, you know, everything's great on the car. Just a fun car to drive. So I'll do that, I'll come back. Yeah, it's just about the perfect Lopi cam sound, you know, which of course we all love. And again, you know, nice driving car. Everything works on the car. You know, I just can't say enough about it. It's really a fantastic car. Look how nice this dash is in here and everything. You know, little glove box. Very nice. Again, I think I told you the windows roll up and down easy and nice. Man, Vintage Sun Super Tack up on the dash as well. All the gauges work. I think I mentioned that before. You got a little fire extinguisher here, you know, for the whole look. It's an excellent vintage gasser. So, you know, if I can answer any further questions for you about this little Chevy II, don't hesitate to give me a call again. My name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.